This is the full moon last month in November. This has been almost exactly 1 month ago because yesterday was the December full moon on the 4th. So this was the full moon on the horizon. Um, this was around 6 o'clock. Shot it with a Canon EOS 200D with a 300 millimeter focal length lens. About 6 hours later, after midnight, I took another shot of the moon and it was directly overhead. Now, Stellarium says no, it wasn't directly overhead, but I'm telling you, it was about as directly overhead as it could get. I mean, it might not have been 90, but it was in the mid 80s. Now, here's the moon at meridian. And what we want to do is compare the two sizes. I mean, when you look at it like that, it just looks like exactly the same size. All right, so now let's compare the two. And I've got the meridian moon overlaid. So I'm going to slowly drag up the opacity. And hopefully you can see that there's quite a bit of difference between the two. Now I compared the two sizes of the moon using just an outline. Let me show you. Okay, now I did this in GIMP and I did a selection by color, and here is uh, here's the rising moon, the moon on the horizon, and that is the overhead moon. Now I did a pixel count, so the rising moon is 379 by 369 pixels. So we've got 369 on the vertical, and we've got 379 on the horizontal. Now the other circle is 382 in height and 389 in width. So I'll turn those back on. So there you can see the difference between the two, and the separation or the difference is, let's see, 316, 20. So we've got a discrepancy of 20 pixels. So here I've got my trusty cheap pocket calculator in my hand, my phone. Um, so figure, let's see, 389 or 369 divided by 389 equals 0.94, and that percentage difference would be 0.05, so 5%. So right here I get 5.14% difference in the two photographs. Now, I don't have an explanation for this. All I'm telling you is that this is what I did, and I would like other people to do the same thing before they tell me that, oh, it's an aberration or the camera was cold. Number one, I took a picture. It wasn't that cold. It was probably in the 50s, high 50s. I took the picture at 6. I took several pictures. I used the best one I got. I brought the camera inside, and it stayed in the house until around midnight. Just by chance, I woke up and I went outside and took the next photograph when I had to basically, using the tripod, I I spun the I spun the camera up 90 degrees. I couldn't I really was I couldn't have taken the picture holding the camera with my head tilted back. It was directly overhead. I mean, it was directly overhead. May have been off 2 or 3 degrees max. Now, Stellarium says something else. I can't help that. Um, so anyway, I snapped that picture after the camera was indoors, so I don't want to hear about it being aberrations of the lens because it was cold. It wasn't cold out. There was one thing I thought about because I did notice this. At first, I was thinking maybe I was comparing the uh, sort of, for lack of a better term, the width of the first photo with the length or the height of the second photo, or vice versa. But no, I rotated the photographs so that they line up. It lined up. It was still wider on both width and height. So there's a 5% increase in the size of the moon. I think it's a well-known technique, diurnal parallax, and if anybody knows, just comment below because all I can do is report what I've found. That's all I can do to the best of my ability. And I I would like to see people instead of going according to Stellarium. Stellarium's a sim Stellarium's a simulation, okay? Just go outside and actually look at things before you Google something and say, "See, I read this on the internet, blah blah blah." And I'll go back now to the circles that I made. Yeah, I oriented the circles to the top there and as best I could to the sides, you know. But and it's not completely circular. It's like I said, it's a little off. I can tell you how much. See, it's 2.7% oval. The next one it's 1.8% oval. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, I think that'll do it out here from Chauffeur's Not in the Shop. I'm in my study because it's frigid outdoors. Thanks for watching.